Hey, it's your boy Easy, and on today's episode of Easy Opens, we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Vice figure. I'm doing the goat because he does it a lot on the show. Which, do people still call this the goat? Like, I don't know. I know people call this like the fox, which is toot sweet and too sweet or whatever, and then Geets does this too, but he's a fox, so whatever. All right, so here is SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Vice. They are one half of the titular character in Kamen Rider Revice, the 36th Kamen Rider, and the third in the Reiwa era. Their show ran from September 2021 to August of 2022, and the show's main theme is essentially one of family, the ones we're born into, the ones we choose, and also the demons we're born with and the ones that we choose. So that's fun. I also learned that the name Revice is essentially taking the Hebrew word Levi, which means connection, and kind of augmenting it to be like Revi or Revi, and then the latter half of the name being Vice, which means evil. So when you combine the two, it loosely translates to connection with evil, and I absolutely love that. All right, so let's get this figure free from its plastic prison and see what we think about Kamen Rider Vice. Oh my goodness, y'all. I really dig this suit. I loved Vice as a character. One of my favorite characters in all of Rider. And this suit just is cool on its own, but SH Figuarts did a fantastic job bringing it to life. And I just love it. It's got just, I don't know, there's a liveliness to it, and it's just great, and it pairs so well with Revi or Revi, whatever you want to call him, that they just, like a matching pair as they were designed to be, but even so also with the figures. I love that this is essentially Vice's normal demon form, be that his suit or body or armor or whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing, just with some accents of the pink suit that he shares with Revi and the T-Rex motif that's thrown throughout, on top of having an actual scarf, which is a homage to OG Kamen Rider. Love it. I love how in the mouth of the T-Rex, that's where his head is, and that's just fantastic. But also you can see the white parts of his, I guess it's his hair, and then his eyes, his blue eyes in the center are just, oh, it's fantastic, and they did such a great job with that. And then he's got the prehensile tail. Actually, I'm not sure if that's still what you would call this. It doesn't bend. It's just bendy. It doesn't have a wire in it, but it does have a point of articulation, which we'll talk about later, but still pretty neat. And yeah, they did a fantastic job fresh out the box with this figure. So Kamen Rider Vice comes with 4 pairs of hands, the Owen Buster 50 in gun form, the Owen Buster 50 in axe form, and the Megalodon Vice stamp. All right, now let's take a look at the articulation you're going to get out of Kamen Rider Vice. So here we go. You've got 360 at the neck, well, the head, I should say, and then back and forth, side to side. He can look up a ton. He can look down a good bit. You would think that the scarf would get in the way, but it actually doesn't very much, which is cool. He also has the joint in the neck as well, so you got a ton of range of motion in the head area. In the shoulder, you got 360, and you also have a joint to go up and down if need be, but the shoulder pads do get in the way, especially of the biceps, so just be mindful of that. Bicep is 360. You got double jointed elbows. You got a interchangeable hands, so there's 360 there, and they're on a ball joint, so there's all kinds of wiggle room there. The chest is on a ball joint, so you got all kinds of motion, and I believe that the actual waist is in a ball joint too, which is really cool. And yeah, so you got 360 at their waist as well. Let's check out the split action. There's the split action there. The tail is on a ball joint as well, so you can move it up and down all the way around if need be. You got thigh swivel. Oh, the legs drop down a little bit, which is cool if you need that. And you get double jointed knees. You get a 360 rotation at the ankle, as well as an ankle rocker that's pretty well hidden in there, but still does the job. And then you get a toe joint if you need it. And I do believe that is all the articulation you're going to get out of Kamen Rider Vice. According to the Kamen Rider Wiki, Kamen Rider Vice stands at around 6.5 feet tall and weighs around 203 pounds. This figure stands at 6.25 inches tall and weighs almost 3 ounces. Well, now let's see how he compares to some other figures you might have in your collection. All right, here they are with Jazzware's Beef Boss and Figma's Link. Here they are with NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mirage Comics Shredder figure and the Batman/TMNT crossover Shredder figure. Here they are with NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1987 animated series Donatello figure and NECA's knockoff colored bandana Mirage Comics Raphael figure. Here they are next to Fei Long from Jada Toys and Chun-Li from SH Figuarts. Here they are with NECA's Return to New York 4-pack Leonardo figure and Super 7's Slash figure. Here they are with Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero and McFarlane's Kotal Khan. Here they are with Marvel Legends Wolverine and Masters of the Universe Classics Catra. Here they are with Hasbro's Lightning Collection Blue Centurion and Jazzware's Agent Peely. And here they are with Kamen Rider Revy. Totally loved Kamen Rider Revice. Thought it was awesome. Loved the premise of just your inner demons and all that stuff, and then juxtaposing that dark-ish, I say dark, but like, you know, that kind of, you know, theme with the Happy Spa family dynamic that is going on the entire show, and all of that was beautiful, and I totally loved it. And then the character of Vice being a demon that gets assimilated into this family of just presumably normal people at first, to only find out that they have their own demons and all this stuff, and still, despite that, they just run a spa and are a happy family. Totally loved that. Thought it was amazing, and really enjoyed the character of Vice as just Vice, and even more as Kamen Rider Vice. Actually, probably less. I liked Vice more than I liked Kamen Rider Vice, but nevertheless, I liked them both. They're the same character, so whatever. And SH Figuarts did a fantastic job bringing this figure from the screen to our shelves, as per usual, and they look so good. Like, they look so good alone, but also they look even better with Revy, like as the pair. However, I did find myself enjoying playing with Vice way more than Revy. It could be that the freedom of movement in the shoulder area especially just seemed to, like, I don't know, make it seem less like it was going to break. And I don't know, it just seemed to just have like a better feel and a better fluidity to the movements with the articulation, and it just works a lot better, I think, than Kamen Rider Revy does. And it's also in line with their characters too. One is definitely more fun than the other, so that kind of, you know, works out. But overall, he's just a ton of fun to pose. His suit design, coupled with the subtle gestures that you can achieve with the articulation, really breathes a lot more life into this figure. Just with like subtle things, just cocking his head to the side a little bit and having his hand out just in a certain way, just adds so much to this character and this figure, and it's fantastic. And I think that SH Figuarts just nailed it with this one. The paint and sculpt are fantastic, and they look just like the character and represent the costume extremely well. I think my favorite part is definitely the giant T-Rex head that is, like, you know, for all intents and purposes, swallowing his normal head, or he is regurgitating it. I don't know, one way or the other. It's in the T-Rex's mouth, so that's probably my favorite part, and it's the most striking because it has those compound kind of insect eyes in there, and it just looks great. The weapons that he comes with are also really cool, and I love the versatility of them. Versatility, one way or the other, where, you know, it could be an axe or it can be a gun. And, you know, if I'm being honest, I think that should really be the standard for all axes going forward at this point in humanity's evolution, if you will. That options. You can have an axe, or you can have a gun, or you could have both. And thankfully, Vice comes with not only one, but two of these. So you have even more options. And you can share with your other Figuarts. And so that's really cool. The axe gun looks great with Vice, but it also looks really good with Kamen Rider Revi. And it's just really cool that they were able to include that with this figure. It's highly unlikely that you would just buy Revi and not get Vice, considering that they're essentially the main character. So it would be unlikely that you would just get one without the other, but being able to have those accessories is really neat, and they look fantastic. I can't say enough good things about this figure. It just looks gaudy and weird and just hilarious on its own. And then again, just the playability with the actual figure. Like, I don't want to put it down, because every subtle move that you get it into gives a whole nother dimension to the character and the figure and posing and all that fun stuff. So it's just an excellent job on SH Figuarts' part. And considering how much I really enjoy the figure itself, it's kind of got me thinking that I might actually double dip, sort of, because they did release a 2-pack of Vice in his normal demon form along with Love-kun, and I'm like, oh, at first I was like, that's cool, I like it, I love both those characters obviously, but I don't know that I necessarily need it. But having messed with Vice and enjoyed my time reviewing him and posing him and everything so much, it's pushing me a little bit more towards probably double dipping in that area. So that's pretty cool. If you're a fan of Kamen Rider Revice in general, you're going to love this figure because it's fantastic. Or if you're in the market for action figures who are a lot of fun to pose and really exemplify their own slapstick body language humor through the articulation, that you can just simply pose them in almost any way and they kind of have a liveliness to them, you can't go wrong with SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Vice. Or if you just like action figures that are actual demons that like to cosplay as T-Rexes, then you can't go wrong with SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Vice. All right, thanks so much for watching. That's going to do it for me today. And if you liked what you saw, hit the like button. If you want to see more from me, hit subscribe. And let me know in the comments, did you love Revice? Do you love Vice? Do you say Revi or Revi? Do you say Vice or Vice or V-Ice? I don't know. There's a lot of options here. Let me know in the comments below. And until then, else time.